Well, I've done the intestinal cleanse, and also I'm trying some sort of maintenance products as well. The Chi, which I think is off the scale. Well, they're all off the scale. I've never experienced anything like it as far as products for just how they work. They work, and I want to tell people how they work. Because I've been into inner cleansing for a while, and so I'm not sort of new to the subject, but I'm definitely new to how effective and sort of quick and so kind to the body these products are. I really feel held by them. It's so magical. It's just incredible. I noticed that I don't have cravings for certain foods. It's just not, it's gone. And not that had a very unhealthy diet. I'm quite conscious of what I'm putting into my body, but yeah, there's the hunger thing, the hunger thing that was kind of there, gnawing in the background, has gone. And that's from the intestinal cleanse and some maintenance products that I'm continuing with. I'm going to do my liver cleanse next. I'm just pacing myself and listening to my body and feeling when I want to do that, which is going to be pretty soon, actually. If it's anything like the intestinal cleanse, then it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm really impressed. I was talking about doing this 10-day cleanse, and you've got to do this and that and the other, and I thought, oh, okay. But she told me what the result was, which seemed quite interesting. And then because I'm in this world and I'm part of some groups that are cleansing and the rest of it, I came across ZenCleanz, and I was immediately like, I've got to research this. I've got to look into this. And the results from that just absolutely astounded me. What came out of my small intestine and colon that has been with me probably, well, all my life. And it's gone. I feel different, and I feel lighter. My stomach is flat, and I feel like that for me was so groundbreaking. I keep telling everyone about it. I'm quite graphic with what came out. It's like, yeah, that's inside of you. And that you don't have to do like a 10-day fast, or you don't have to do all that. It's really kind and sort of the way you can just do this retreat day for yourself, and then the results come over the next few days. Amazing. So I feel really nourished as well from that experience. I want to do more, but I feel like my body's just saying that's great for now, really, really good. And now I'm going into the liver. I think what this does, this journey, is you really listen to yourself, don't you? You really, what do I need? What do I want to eat now? And I'm eating more fruit. I'm so sort of, I feel, since I've taken the enzymes, I feel like I just want to have a lot more fruit in my diet and a lot more raw food. I'm a yogi. I've been doing yoga for a number of years, and cleansing, being a yogi, inner cleansing, all that's quite important. So I've done some quite harsh cleanses, particularly on my liver, and it's like, I don't want to go there. It's not kind to the body. It's and you don't get the same results. You do not get the same results from it. So I'm just really intrigued and very excited for really doing the inner housework that needs to be done in this time. We are bombarded by toxins, from even when we don't know we are bombarded by toxins. So it's really encouraging, and I'm so grateful for these products. I'm just like, wow. And this company, it's really groundbreaking, isn't it? Don't you think? It's just something special. That's how it feels to me. It really feels like it's kind of symbiotic with the human body. There's nothing that you're putting in that's going to cause disruption. It just literally cleanses and nourishes, doesn't it? On a really simplistic level, but that's what it's doing. And it's obviously got some great technology in it, which I don't totally understand. I know that the enzymes are fermented for 3 years. and you know, a lot of care and attention's gone into the actual composition of them. But they're pretty amazing. You know, my experience so far, and I'm really new to it. Not new to cleansing, but new to this, and it's just really blown my mind. And I feel so much better. I didn't have like health issues, but I have had debilitating tiredness, you know, all my life really. And my journey in personal healing, the practices that I do, is all about becoming more more full of vitality, more prana in my body, more energy, because I just didn't have it. There was a lack there. So what I have noticed, and that's just from that one experience with the intestinal cleanse, is I feel I don't get that exhausted feeling that I got, a real fatigue. And I can get that every day. And I just sort of either power through it or I have a nap. But I'm sort of feeling very different. So how radical is that for our health? Just that one experience. And I can't wait to sort of dive into the other products. You know, I know that we're doing in an order. And I feel now that I can really educate people on this, because I can tell people my own experience, and you learn as you go, don't you? It's not like I'm completely new to this world, but I'm certainly new to something that's so effective and so good to do. I mean, it's great. It's really inspiring. So I'm so grateful that it came into my field, and it came into my field because that's what I wanted. That's what my body needs. I really trust that. Don't you?
Done.
It feels very much connected with nature. That was what really was the feeling when I was going through that day of the drinks. And I just felt very, kind of like I was really nurturing myself, rather than doing something that's I'm doing kind of radical. And I felt I had a little bit of a headache mid-afternoon. That went. And then I felt quite spacious and excited, really. Just sort of, I was doing a whole process. It was a process of self-love. You know, it really felt like I was completely nurturing myself. And yeah, I was really impressed with how that it made me feel. So a little bit of discipline, you know, I just took time out that day just for me. I had some results that evening, some release, which I thought, yeah, that's it. Woohoo, look at me. I really wasn't prepared for what was going to come over the next few days. I thought that was it. And then, yeah, I released a lot of mucoid plaque, which I didn't know was inside me. There's no indication, is there? And it felt like a revelation. It really did. So the third day, that's when I really started to release. And for me, I'd done some yoga that day, and I think that it just all started releasing, and I felt so clear. And I just wanted to tell everyone. They're going, really? I'm going, yeah, really. It's kind of like an interesting journey, and in a journey of actually, what are we made of? What is inside, and what shit accumulations that we've got inside us, the heavy toxins that we've got in our you know, in our and if you think about the small intestine, it's absorbing all your nutrients from your food, and if you've got that clogged up with mucoid plaque, you can't absorb all those nutrients. So me taking all my wonderful concoctions and nutritional supplements and stuff, you know, I can really see now that was okay. So I got some of it, but a little bit of a pointless exercise if the small intestine is not absorbing properly. And another thing that really interests me is the fact that people that aren't used to cleansing or doing any detox are really perking their ears up about this. It's kind of fits with the time. It fits with this accelerated time that we actually are finding ourselves in humanity. And so many of us are wanting a more pure existence, a simpler life, and a more elevated way of being. And we're all sort of coming together in community and helping each other. And this is a major tool. I'm so, you know, I get goosebumps just actually sort of connecting with that thought of how amazing this, you know, these inventions are, because they're an incredible accumulation of knowledge gone into this product, I believe. So that's why I was really keen to talk to you as well. I want to tell everyone about it. It's so cool. Everyone should cleanse. Everyone should look at what's going on the inside, because that is reflecting on the outside. That is how you feel. So, you know, if you're all clogged up with God knows what, I'm telling you, it's just, you know, really encouraging that we've got these tools that work for our time. They're not, you know, this is really cutting edge, isn't it? I'm so pleased that it came into my field. I'm not surprised, because I know that, you know, we bring things in that we grow with. So you know, that's kind of how it's made me feel. I feel more elevated. Yeah, on a spiritual level as well. Yeah, let's bring that in, because it's important to think that, you know, we're not just a physical being, we're an energetic being of light. And that aspect of me is clearer. Okay, I'm not carrying a heavy load of toxins. I've got much more to do, and I know I have, but I'm feeling, wow, from that one experience, I feel like this. How am I going to feel after, you know, really going into it? So yeah, and I was really happy to share this information, because it's coming from the heart. It's not the head. This is the heart talking, you know. Was because you're actually experiencing it. It's not like, oh, I'm guessing this, or perhaps I feel a bit better, and, you know, I've done some cleansing. This is, you witness length upon length of mucoid plaque releasing from you. And it's, you know, it's sort of simple. You just go into the toilet. You're not like needing to rush to the toilet all the time. It's just a normal process. But what's coming out is unbelievable. And, you know, going back to my friend who said she went on this 10-day thing, and what came out of her was this thing, and mucoid plaque looks like an inner rubber of a tire. And I'm thinking, oh, really? That set my, you know, curiosity going. But when you actually experience it from and going through a process that is so kind and so easy, and just so accessible as well. You know, I found that price point, it's really accessible. Really, it's incredible. I will be telling people about this forever, as far as I'm concerned, because it's just really cutting edge, and everyone should be really cleansing, looking at what's going on. I mean, if you think about all the lymph nodes that are in our body, around the gallbladder and the intestine, you know, and they're absorbing toxins if you've got all that mucoid plaque in there. So you're not actually functioning properly. So brain fog as well, with the tiredness, with the fatigue, which I've never really got to the bottom of. All I can say is I feel it's a lifetime of just toxin in the environment. I just feel that the brain fog has kind of just dissolved, like this heavy sort of feeling around there. So that's totally linked. You can't separate your intestines from your mind, or you can't separate your heart from your liver. You know, we're all complete system. And if you look at it emotionally, I'm also a shiatsu practitioner. So for many years, you know, the emotions and the body, that's what I work with. I work with emotions, I work with the body. And it's a complete same thing. And so if you're working with an organ system, you're working with the emotion of that organ system as well. So letting go, that's another thing. It's really like the whole large intestine lets things go, or stops you having a cluttered mind. And the small intestine helps you absorb not only nutrients, but information. And, you know, if that aspect of you is working, you feel like, I feel like Superwoman. It's like, yeah, I've got good brain clarity. That is markedly different to before. So there's a markedly before Dana and an after Dana of the ZenCleanz intestinal cleanse. So I can't wait to meet me when I'm sort of through a whole process of it, because and really it's interesting that people are not into cleansing are really looking at this, I think. Don't you? It's just amazing. I think that's a really interesting point to make, that if our terrain is working, and if our terrain has got a really good alkalinity around it, and it's working symbiotically, then you don't get the invaders, or you can fight them off, because obviously, you know, parasites are a big issue, and it's another one of those subjects that no one really knows about or talks about. But I really feel that the parasite cleanse, or this cleansing the terrain, literally, it's not habitable for them. So I would really concur with what you just said then. It's really important. And most people haven't got a clue that they're harbouring parasites, or liver flukes, intestinal parasites, or parasites that live in other organ systems, and they just come into the small intestine to have a little feed and breed, or whatever they do. You know, so the mucoid plaque is housing, and that, if that's gone, then, or if it's going and it's leaving your body, then you are not a good terrain. You're not a good habitat for these opportunistic creatures. Yeah, it's really important. And I feel like part of what I'm doing now is really educating people on that. And some want to hear it, some don't, and some don't hear it. You know, it's like, could be talking another language, but I'm really, you know, shouting it from the rooftops. Really, it's like, you need to do these cleanses because you're always going to feel tired, or you're always going to have a health issue. Get yourself pure, you know, and stand on this earth and be really a strong, beautiful human being without any of that, you know, internal toxicity, which makes us ill. And that is the number one cause of illness: toxicity. That's it. Really causes diseases. You get the parasite infestations, which will not show. You won't show that you've got parasites in your body, because that's what the nature of a parasite hides. So yeah, I feel we need to have these conversations and get them out on YouTube and tell people about it, because, you know, if it's going to help one person, that one person will tell someone, and it can help 10, 20, 100 people. And humanity can really, you know, I really believe that. I really feel we're coming into a time of great stamina and health. And this is just part of the journey for me. So finding this, you know, ZenCleanz was just like, yeah, this is a huge part of it. And the knowledge with the enzymes, knowing all them, I'm just starting to learn about them. Truly. So, and I've done Kundalini yoga not all my life. I've done martial arts all my life, but I've done Kundalini yoga this last several years, and that's all about the internal energies and the bandhas. You know, all your working really working with the technology of being the best human that you are, and not just a spiritual being, but the best human. But if you're clogged up with toxin, you're not going to be the best, are you? However spiritual or whatever great practices that you're doing. And I think you just said about that, you know, you can look very fit, or you can, you know, have a good look, even if you're not internally healthy. and it will come and bite you on the bum a few years down the line. So yeah, it's really important, isn't it, to look at this aspect of health. I feel that it's really important to sort of examine what is coming out of you rather than just, oh, bye, down the sewer, because it's telling a story, and I'm still on that learning curve with that. You feel a bit queasy at first, but then you sort of get in there a bit and have a look, and just learn. It's another tool for learning. What have I been putting in myself all these years that I haven't always been a pure yogi, and I'm not a pure yogi now, but it's all that lifestyle and has accumulated. So yeah, it is a really great tool to indicate your state of health. And what you can expect in the future. Do the work now and continue to do the work. This is a continual journey. It isn't just, oh, I've done a 1 and I feel done. It's like, no, I've done a 1 and I'm giving it's just continuing, really. It's exciting. I really feel that what you make an impression just by being you. So, and just sharing what you're doing. I feel that I've got some really great people around me, really very switched on, very in tune with nature. Humanity appears to be going away from nature, but really where we're at is we're getting closer and becoming more part of grounded. So what I do is I kind of just share with joy what I'm doing. And sometimes, even if I'm not talking, I just think just by being with someone who is doing the work on themselves, you haven't actually got to shout that from the rooftops. And I'm just being more conscious about, some of the health protocols, and just being a bit more conscious about my thoughts and how I use language. That really has an impression as well, doesn't it? It really, really does, because we're energetic beings in this physical, incredible tool, this incredible technology. So we got to use it to its optimum. And most people, a lot of people, have got used to ill health as a condition, as a state of being, as a living a life. They've got some issue, and obviously I'm a therapist. I see a lot of people. Most of them are quite switched on, and they've got things together, and they're coming for treatment and a treatment with me because they don't want to have that particular condition or symptom. So obviously the first stage is awareness, and then it's just a matter of keep shining your light. And I see people as beautiful beacons around me. We're all connecting and we're all helping each other. And I think us having this conversation is going to help loads of people, isn't it? It just is. So they're my sentiments. It's been such a joy to connect with you, and I've really enjoyed sort of diving in a bit and sharing my experience. I hope it's been of value. It's certainly great to hear yours, because you're a few years down the line from using the products and from really addressing certain health issues, and that's really encouraging. So that's kind of all I can say on that, I think.